Welcome back to my channel. Please note that this video will be depicting imagery that may be uncomfortable. Viewer discretion is advised. Now we can get started with the tutorial. This is the piece that we are creating, and all you'll need is a paper clip and some beading supplies. You'll need a size 10 or 12 beading needle. I use Beadalon hard beading needles. You'll also need some thread. I recommend Nymo in size B for Breanna, and the beads. You'll also need some pliers so that we can bend the paper clip into shape. Start by grabbing your paper clip and identifying the shorter side of it, this one right here, and bend it up. Then take the longer side and bend it as well, creating a triangular shape. Then you're going to grab your pliers to bend the remaining area to create the hook. I'm going to bend it backwards to try and create a straight up line from the triangle, and then curve the end to create a more circular shape. And then I also took my pliers and cut off a little bit at the end because it was too long. I also took the edge and just hooked it around so it stays closed and doesn't bend open. When I cut the paper clip, it was a little bit sharp, so I just made sure to buff it a little bit with a piece of sandpaper or a nail file. Once your clothing hanger is fully done, then we can start the beading process. Grab about 4 feet of thread or a little bit less than a meter and trim that off, and then thread your needle and pull your needle to the middle like so. Then you're going to go ahead and take one end of your thread and you're going to tie it onto the clothing hanger and do a double knot to make sure it is nicely secured. Then grab your beads. I'm using size 11 check beads. Miyuki's will also work fine, same with Delicas. Now I'm going to take 2 beads to get started on my needle. Then I'm going to push them down so they're at the base right next to the hanger. Then take your needle, wrap it through, and then put your needle through the bead like so. I'll show you another time so you can see it a little bit slower. Now we're going to take 1 bead at a time. I'm going to put my needle through the hanger like so, pull my thread until the bead is up next to the other beads, and put my needle through the bead. So, and pull. This is the exact same thing we do when we make brick stitch hoops or any kind of fringe hoop. Now this piece is going to be a little bit controversial, so I would like everyone to please be respectful in the comments. As well, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment. I'm worried that this might be suppressed by YouTube because of the delicate nature of the topic at hand. Thank you again, everyone, for your support. Repeat until you have a nice base row that you're happy with. I'm going to do this not entirely the way across, like so. Now I'm just going to use my seed beads for this tutorial so I can show you guys how to create a blood dripping effect without using any fancy beads. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of beads, push them on there like so, and then I'm going to grab, I think around 5 or 6 extra beads. Let's see, right here, 6 beads, and then I'm going to go up through the entire section. This is going to create a loop at the bottom that's going to look like a drop. Pull your needle all the way through like so, and then you'll see it creates a little kind of oval at the bottom, creating a drop. Now I'm going to go down through the next bead to the right like so, and instead of doing every single row like this one, I'm going to skip some to try and do a different effect. So I'm going to go up through the next one and then down, and to go down through it I'm just going around the hoop to make sure it's secured like so, and then we can grab more beads and keep repeating this process all the way across. I like to vary the lengths of it, doing like short, long, medium, short, medium, medium, long, etc., and then also skipping a couple of these spots to kind of give it a more sparse look. This is where you can kind of have the most creativity and to either make the fringes really long, shorter, however, it totally depends too on what you want to use this piece for. If you want to hang it on the wall as just a piece of art, you can have tons of freedom. If you wanted to use it as a pin to wear on a jacket or something like that, then you might want to do it a little bit shorter. Play with it as you can. This is totally up to you. I also found this process to be really therapeutic for me. When I first heard about overturning Roe v. Wade, I was really upset. It's obviously something that really matters to me. Even though I don't live in the US, I obviously sympathize for everyone there. And it was really tough. And then this morning at 7 in the morning, I saw that it was official. So I knew I had to get this tutorial up and posted today. So if anyone is feeling like I felt just the pure frustration, you can sit here with your needle and bead something gory and awful, and maybe you'll feel better by the end of it. So I hope you like this tutorial. I also added some donation links in the description if you would like to help people with safe access to abortion care. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.